Hello, hi, I'm Anya. Probably it's the first time that I'm showing my face here on YouTube, so if we haven't met already on my Skillshare or Instagram profile, then hi, I'm very happy to see you here. So in this video, I will be showing you unboxing and swatching of Holbein Acrylic Gouache. I will show you also different kind of gouaches that I have. I will explain you briefly the difference between acrylic and traditional gouache, especially if you're new to gouache, so maybe it will be useful for you. Then we will jump into unboxing. So to be honest, I did the footage of unboxing and swatching more than 2 years ago. I bought those gouache more than 2 years ago, but I haven't published this video. I will do it right now because it's still valid and also because I use a lot of this medium. So I'll be happy to share with you some other experience about this gouache if you would like to. Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would like to explore more of a gouache and you would like to see how you can use it in a fun way, then I invite you to my Skillshare profile where I teach different art classes, including gouache. So if you are a Skillshare member, then I invite you to my profile. I will be very happy to have you there. Maybe you will discover something fun and useful for you. And if you're new to Skillshare, this is the platform with a lot of different kinds of classes, many different themes, including art, illustration, including my profile as a teacher. And I can provide you a link with which you can have 1 month of free trial. After that, you can decide if you want to proceed and subscribe or not. Okay, without further talking, let's get started the video. So this is the box with my acrylic colors. You can see that there are different brands and types. Basically, there are 2 main types of gouache. I won't explain what is a gouache, the specifics, because it won't be too long. If you want to have a separate video maybe where I explain better how the gouache works, let me know. Anyway, traditional gouache, which is called also tempera in Italian, and acrylic gouache. So the difference is that the traditional gouache is water soluble and reactivates with water. So once the layer of color that you painted with dries, later on, if you would like to paint another layer on top of it, another layer, then the layer below will reactivate, even if it's dry. So it's not impossible, but it's more difficult to paint layers, and there are different techniques to do that. But there's also acrylic gouache, with which you can do it without any problems, because once it's dry, it won't reactivate with water. So that's why it's called acrylic gouache, because it's like acrylic. Acrylic, once it's dry, you cannot basically do nothing with the color. You can paint multiple layers above it and will remain intact and still. So this is the same for acrylic gouache, but the difference between gouache and acrylic gouache is that acrylic, if you know this medium, is a plastic-based, acrylic-based medium, so it's quite plastic in feel. It leaves shiny, plasticky film once it dries. So not everybody likes it. For example, I'm struggling a little bit with acrylic. Sometimes I like it, but for example, I prefer acrylic gouache because it remains opaque. I don't know if that's the right word in English. Opaque, not in terms of being translucent and transparency, but in terms of not being shiny. It remains flat and basically like watercolor. I think you get the point. And about different brands, so I will swatch with you this one, and as you can see, it's been already used. I've been using it since 2.5 years, more or less, since the swatching, and it's still there. I don't use it on a daily basis. I don't use it every time, so it's still there. But the good news, it's still okay. It didn't dry. It's still there, so it still works really good. And other acrylic gouache that I have here is Turner. Or it could be called in different ways. Acrylic gouache, but it's still the same. Another type that I have is this one, Liquitex Acrylic Gouache. It's also good because it's bigger. And I think price is more or less like a tube of this one. So I'm not sure. I don't remember right now how much does this one cost, but I think it's more convenient, this one. But not 100% sure, but it's still very good. So you can have a look if you don't know it. And traditional gouache, this one is really good. Talents, I really like it. This one is not so good because it's academic. So if you're new to gouache and if you would like to try it without, spending a lot of money, this one should be okay. It's schminke, so it's still good, but it has less pigment and very good quality. Well, this one is Polish. As you can see, it's called Gouache or Tempera. And the other one, which is very good, is Winsor & Newton Designer's Gouache. This one is really high pigmented and very good. Also, the Polish one is good. I like it as well. It's like more or less medium quality. This one is high quality. This is lower quality. This one is high quality. This one is also high quality. So there are lots of them. But without further talking, let's get started and start swatching this one. Okay, so my new order from Arte Miranda, it's a Spanish art supplies shop that I found online. It arrived, so let me do some unpacking with you. I did the order the last week, so it was about 4 or 5 days, so it's really all right. Okay. Yeah. So I decided to give a try to gouaches, acrylic gouaches. I've always been fascinated by this technique. I already have gouaches, traditional gouaches. I heard only the good things about this gouache. I wanted to give it a try. So here are the colors that I've ordered. Wine red, Chinese white, misty blue. I have to say it was quite casual. I just chose the colors that inspired me. No traditional watercolor palette. No traditional color palette. Just the colors that inspired me. So here's mustard, burnt sienna, and sap green. Oh, those are lovely. Ash rose, jaune brilliant, and peacock blue, smalt blue, deep yellow, and rose. I've also ordered this schminke desert green. I already have a tube, but that's because when I ordered it, it wasn't available, but then it was, and they put it to my another order, and so I have now 2 desert greens. I love this color. Oh, those are really nice greens. The leaf green, very vibrant, and misty green, kind of pastel and light green. Oh, this is so nice. Coral, red coral, blue green, and rose violet. Oh, also those are very nice. Vermilion, ice green, and pale aqua. Then I have pale mint, which is still pastel green. They have a lot of nice pastel colors. Sepia and ultramarine blue and other greens, which is ash green and mint green and ash blue. And we also have pencils. I don't have Holbein pencils, but I heard they're very nice. I heard about, oh yeah, white. I heard that this white pencil has a high coverage, so I will have to test it. But I heard it's one of the best white pencils for the mixed media that cover, and that's why I took 2 of them. So we will give it a try. And also I love this neon, very light, saturated color. It's luminous red. So I'm also curious and I will give it a try. I wouldn't be myself if I wouldn't order some gray. So it's smoke blue. It's kind of greyish blue. I'm obsessed with grays. I discovered this lately that I have like 20 or more shade of grays. Probably even 50 shade of grays. Okay, so my battery went. My battery was off, so I was saying I will give it a try, and I will let you know. So we can start swatching. In the end, I didn't swatch the pencils, but I will leave you with swatching the gouache. And if you would like to do some swatching with me of the Holbein pencils that I have, then let me know in the comments. I will be happy to show you how they work. And basically what I'm doing is that I'm doing 2 swatches for each color. One is more opaque, where I use more dense wash of color, and under I use very washy and diluted color. So in this way you can see the translucency. I always like to do this also with watercolor to see from more opaque to more translucent swatch. And what I'm noticing is that this color is really buttery, and what is great with this color that it results really flat and opaque, so it's high pigmented and you don't have this effect of the color that won't cover in a unique and uniform way the whole swatch, the whole surface of the color. It's rather covering in a unique and uniform way, so this is great. And I also won't be doing layering here right now. I'm just swatching the colors so you can see if that's something that you would like to have as well. You can see the colors that they are, what they actually look like. So as I told you, I chose those colors in a quite random way. Some of them were useful to be able to swatch, to mix basic colors, like for example, I don't know, blue, red, yellow. So with those one, and also for example burnt sienna, you're able to really do a lot of mixes, a lot of colors. So here are the colors that are ready, warm colors. I divided them into warm and blue colors. You can see how they look like when they are dry. Oh, maybe not everyone, but once they are dry, they are very opaque, dusty. They don't have this plasticky film like acrylic would have, and they're really great. Look how vibrant those colors are. And I use them a lot, so I can guarantee you that it's true that you can layer them, paint layers, multiple layers, because they won't reactivate. So let's say if I would like to paint yellow over the blue, then the blue wouldn't reactivate and it wouldn't create green mix, which happens when you use gouache, traditional gouache. Okay, so the final opinion is obviously good, and yes, I would recommend buying it. And I never heard any complaints about this medium. Maybe the only thing that sucks is that it's quite expensive art supply. So yeah, that's the only thing. So for example, in comparison to acrylic, the acrylics are much cheaper and more affordable, but you know, nowadays a lot of art supplies are so expensive, so that's probably thing that you can't change, but otherwise it is really great medium. I would definitely recommend it. And also for the colors, they have a huge range of the chart is so expanded. There are so many colors. They're very vibrant, so good. I like vibrant, bold colors, but there are lots of more, let's say, pastel or vintage colors. So whatever you like. There are also sets of colors that you can find. Let me know in the comments if you have any experience with this kind of gouache. Do you use it? Do you use any other type? For example, in the last, I don't remember, maybe third video before, I swatched and showed you very cheap acrylic gouache, Acrylini, I think it's called, from Rico design. It's I found it in Germany, and it's, for example, a cheaper alternative. So they exist. You don't have to obviously buy immediately the most expensive gouache. So let me know in the comments if you would like to share your experience with gouache and acrylic gouache. I will be very curious about it. So here is the chart of warm and cool colors. Let me know in the comments if you have some questions, if you like those colors, if you would like to know something more about gouache. I'm willing to show you some of my illustrations that I did with that I painted with those gouache, and also to show you art process. So if you would like to also see those kind of videos, let me know also in the comments. Okay, so for now that's it. Thank you so much for hopping by into my profile, into my videos. Have a great day. Bye bye.